Skilled workers visa to Germany. What is skilled workers visa to Germany? I've not heard of it before. Most people haven't heard about it because it's a new law. Skilled workers visa is strictly for professionals. Are you a professional? Am I qualified? Find out in this video. And if you are here for the first time, I greet you most especially. And kindly do me a favor, hit the subscribe button if you have not. Please, I am trying to get as much subscribers as I can, and I need your help. Yes, I'm talking to you. I need your support. Kindly click that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so whenever I release a video, you'll be the first to be notified. Also, share with friends and family. Don't say this information has nothing to do with me. There are other people out there. You have relatives that might need what I have to say. So please, kindly be so kind to share the videos and hit the like button if you like the content. And I hope you do. Um, Today's episode is about immigration to Germany. I started a series in my last video whereby, due to feedback I got from my viewers, and they need to give people information because the world we live now is an information age whereby information is very vital to our decision making. So I've taken my time to get those information to you as much as I can. So be rest assured that you will be well informed, entertained, and get educating content from this channel. So during my last video, if you have not watched it, please kindly go through the playlist on my channel and watch it over. I decided to take it one step at a time so that people can understand why some things are in certain ways as regards immigration as it pertains to Germany. It is not just to give a lengthy video about what will not be useful to you, but also for you to have a background information about Germany. Without much ado, I talked about in my last video about the various visas to Germany, whereby I talked about student visa, family reunion visa, skilled workers visa, which is quite new. And I think I mentioned it was enacted in 2019, late 2019, but it came into effect in 2020, early 2020, I think, sometimes in April last year. So I decided to talk more deliberately or talk more extensively about the skilled workers visa. So without taking much of our time, let's go straight. I need to minimize this window. Then I go into the slides. Yeah, German immigration law for skilled workers. Germany opens labor market for skilled workers from non-EU countries. New rules for the immigration of skilled workers to Germany entered into force in early 2020. The new law extends to the opportunities for qualified professionals from outside the European Union to come to work in Germany. This law was not there years back. So it came into effect last year, April. Germany, April 23rd, 2020. Germany has introduced a new Skilled Immigration Act, which was effected on the 1st of March 2020. I mentioned that earlier. Due to the shortage of skilled workers in the country, the new law allows skilled workers with vocational training from any non-European countries without academic qualifications to migrate to Germany to work. And what does that mean? You don't necessarily have to go through the normal academic system of progressing from secondary school to university or polytechnic. But if you also have a vocational training. Take for instance, as a technician, I think we have that system also in Nigeria. Technical colleges, I don't know how effective that is nowadays. So if you have special skills, if you're trained as a technician, as an electrician, and you have certain qualifications, this might be a good news for you. Those of us in diaspora and we have relatives that have this kind of skills, please share this video with them. It might do them a lot of good rather than people taking drastic decision to just get out of wherever they are without any actual plan. So this information might be of good use. Skilled workers visa outside EU, that is the European Union. What skills are in high demand? The number one, IT, information technology. If you are a programmer, you write codes, you are a website designer, anything that has to do with information technology, it's really in high demand here because people are not taking up these jobs within Germany because they do not have the competent skills. So, and if you are skilled and you have your qualifications, please pay attention till the end of this video. Doctors, teachers, lab scientists, architects, Germany, they go into a lot of building and they need more architects because these are professional, skilled workers, not just any kind of menial job. So it's in high demand. Engineers such as builders, electricians. So if you are one of these and many more, please pay attention. Process of recognition of your foreign professional qualifications. If you have obtained a certain qualification in a particular field, what are the process of getting your qualification recognized? Because that's one thing with Germany. Once you get such a qualification outside the EU, that is the European Union, you need to get your qualification verified. And that is why I'm here today. Number one, you have to submit an application. So such a person, there are procedures to go through, and it's not something hard. It's not rocket science. Many of us are unwilling to just go online and verify this information. That is why majority have fallen victim of giving money to agents and they put one or two documents together. At the end of the day, you don't get selected or get the visa that you want and you become frustrated after spending a whole lot of money. Whereas if you have the right qualification and you go through the right channel, you might see that you end up spending less than just giving out your money to an agent out of desperation. So that is just the reality. So for this qualification recognition process, it costs you between 200 to 600 euros. Yeah, as stated on the website. I will give you the link to the website at the end of this video. Recognition depends on your country of origin or where the qualification is obtained. I said that earlier. If you obtained such a qualification anywhere outside the European Union, be it in America, be it in Australia, Asia, in as much as it's outside the European Union or the EEA, the European Economic Areas, you have to go through this recognition process. Recognition is needed if you come outside EEA and EU. I mentioned that before. It also depends on your profession. If your profession is regulated, for instance, doctors, this is a regulated profession. You need recognition in order to work in Germany. If you're in Nigeria and any other part of Africa and you're a doctor and you intend to migrate to Germany, please lend me your ears so you know what to do. What is a regulated profession? I mentioned that before. These are professions that can only be practiced under certain legal conditions. For instance, doctors, teachers, architects, and others. How do I get my qualification recognized? You go through what they call this recognition finder on the recognition in Germany website. I will give you that website at the end of this video. There's something they call recognition finder. It is quite easy. What happens if my foreign qualification is not fully recognized? Because there are such cases. Number one, you can undertake a further training in Germany by obtaining a temporary visa to undergo the training in Germany in your native country of residence. If after verifying your qualification and they feel there are some things you are still lacking, either theoretically or practically, because you can have such situation. I think like in Nigeria, some of those skills you do not have more of the practical knowledge. So if there's any deficiency, having gone through the recognition process of your qualification and you intend to, okay, I want to have a further training in my line of field, then you obtain a temporary visa. That's when you will do it at the embassy in your country of residence. If you're in Nigeria, you obtain that temporary visa via the embassy. What are requirements for the visa? Your assessment notice states that you are missing certain theoretical and or practical skills required to fully recognize your qualification. Yeah, it's like I jump ahead of myself. I mentioned that not long ago. If the deficiency is in theory, you have to go through a training, and if it's in practical, you are also required to go through that training in Germany. So that is one of the requirements. Secondly, you have applied for a training program in Germany and granted. That is, you must have applied for that training. If it's in has to do with take for instance, you are an electrician, you are a qualified electrician, you undergo the necessary training, you've obtained certain qualification, and some things are still lacking. Maybe you still need to cover some certain areas practically or theoretically. So you will look for schools or institutions that offer such training, and you must have been granted such application. Then you can apply for visa. The third thing you have to put in mind, you have German language skills of level A2, that is A2. This is important. Please let's take note of that. German language skills of level A2, that is A2 in English. I think there is quite important for you to have this certificate in A2 German certification, language certification. That is the minimum you are supposed to have, because you are going to be taught in Deutsch or in German language. So this A2 level of German language is required for you if you intend to process this kind of visa. You have secured, and the fourth thing, you have secured a livelihood for the duration of your stay in Germany. That has to do with you having certain amount of money. I don't know how much that is now, but I can also find out to take care of you, because Germany do not want you to be a liability to them. So they are very strict with their procedure. So that is, your livelihood includes payment for where you live, payment for your feeding, day-to-day transportation, electricity, and all that. So they are all taken into account before your visa is granted. They must see that you are competent enough to obtain this kind of visa as a skilled worker. So it's not enough to have the skills, but also the monetary aspect is very, very vital. Are you allowed to work while running your qualification program in Germany? So if you are a skilled worker, you are applying for a skilled worker visa, and you want to know if you are allowed to work in Germany while you are running that program, the answer is yes. You can work while you are running that your qualification, program. A maximum of 10 hours per week, because it's going to be a part-time job under certain conditions. That is only in your field of work. Take for instance, you apply for a qualification program as an electrical engineer, and that has been granted, and you have been issued visa and you want to do extra work, which is a maximum of 10 hours per week. You can only look for establishments that pertains to your field of work as an electrical engineer. So you cannot say you are doing a qualification program in electrical engineering and you want to do a part-time job in a restaurant, except you want to be attending to their electrical appliances. So those are the conditions. The next one is the Federal Employment Agency, Bundesagentur für Arbeit. That is what it's called in German. There's a Federal Employment Agency. They see to all employees and they must consent to the employment. Every worker in Germany must get a consent of the Bundesagentur für Arbeit, which is the name of the agency, must give their consent to every employment. Where I work, I also went through that process too. They must be informed and they must give their consents. Otherwise, nobody's going to give you any job. So whereby it will be written and stated the number of hours you can work based on your visa. So your visa determines. So if you are going for this kind of visa and whereby the maximum hours is 10 hours, you cannot do more than 10 hours. It is against the law. How does the recognition of foreign academic qualifications work for non-regulated professions? So, earlier I mentioned about regulated profession and non-regulated. For example, if you study mathematics in a country outside EU, let me say Nigeria, your academic qualification does not lead to a regulated profession. So this is quite different for somebody that studies mathematics. To obtain a visa, you need a proof that your foreign academic qualification is comparable to a German one. That is all you need. You need a proof that that qualification is something comparable to someone that have obtained similar qualification in Germany. And there are ways to do that. How do I get a proof for my qualifications? Anabin. A positive result in the Anabin database. I will give you the link at the end of the video. How to get your that proof of your qualification. Then if the result is positive using the Anabin database, then you are on the right track. Secondly, an individual statement of comparability from the Central Office for Foreign Education, which is ZAB, Z-A-B, Z-A-B, as Germans will say. This is the body that controls the all foreign education qualification. So if you're coming from anywhere outside the EU, they will verify and make comparison your results to that of Germany. So for more information, you go to the section Foreign Academic Qualification of the website at, please take note, this is the website if you want to do that verification, www.make/it/Germany.de, www.makeitingermany.de. Don't forget, look at it very well. Let me put it in, I don't know if that is clear enough. Oh, I leave it the way it was before. So that is the website for you, please. So in conclusion, for more questions, visit these websites here. Let me also highlight that. make it bolder. www.anerkennung.in-deutschland.de. I repeat that again. www.anerkennung. Please don't miss the spelling so that it will not redirect you to a wrong website. /in/Deutschland.de. Take note. So that is all about the skilled worker and the process. Now I will take you to a page whereby I've downloaded the PDF form of it's more like the summary of how your visa is going to be issued. This is from Network Integration Through Qualification, IQ. I downloaded this PDF. Visa for the purpose of recognition of foreign qualifications pursuant to Section 16D of the German Residence Act. How does it work? The recognition of your foreign qualification, vocational education training, or higher education is a way to be able to take on qualified employment in Germany. If the competent authority for the recognition procedure determines that you require further specialist knowledge, language skills, or practical experience in order to achieve full recognition, you can obtain this qualification in Germany. Section 16D of the German Residence Act, Aufenthaltsgesetz, offers non-European professionals the possibility of acquiring a visa to enter Germany for this purpose. What does this involve? Number one, submit an application for professional recognition from abroad, that is wherever you live, your country of residence, to the competent authority for recognition. I've already given you the website of where to get that verified. So this is the flowchart of how the visa process will be issued. On the left hand side, if there is an assessment notice, that is, you will get a feedback at the end of going through this verification. If there's an assessment notice saying that you lack some qualification, then your next step will be, do you have sufficient German language skills, usually level A2, to complete a relevant qualification program? That will be the next thing. So meaning, if you are found lacking some qualification, you will also be required to obtain this certificate in A2 German speaking certificate, Arts Y certificate, that is A2 level. That's the minimum. If you now have this, then yes, you cannot proceed to the third level, registration for suitable school based or company-based training program. Some companies render that it's not only schools. You have some certain big organizations that have institutes whereby they train students both within Germany and outside Germany, according to the individual requirements named in the assessment notice, usually maximum of 18 months. The training takes maximum of 18 months. On the right hand side, if after the assessments, you have full equivalence of the same qualification as per what is obtainable in Germany, then the next thing for you will be employment as a qualified professional is possible. In regulated profession, after authorization to practice has been granted, the next thing will be, do you have sufficient German language? Because take for instance, like a doctor, you've studied in English and you do not have German or Dutch speaking competence of level A2. If the answer is no, then you will be required to do a language course in native country or in Germany. Entry pursuant to 16F Aufenthaltsgesetz. So you either obtain the A2 level German certificate in your native country or within Germany once your visa has been issued. Now, the next thing will be visa application at the diplomatic mission abroad or embassy or with the consulate general. So, as you can see from here, where these dotted lines are, all these ones you will do it in your country of residence at the moment. You are supposed to carry out this before entry. This is are the things you will do once you get into Germany. Entry into Germany, as you can see, procedure steps abroad, that is where you live, wherever you are. Then the following procedure from this point will be the things will be required to do once you are issued visa. Local immigration authority issue the resident permit. You will get that in form of a card for the period of your training. Participation in school-based or company-based training program for the purpose of recognition, so that your qualification will be recognized in Germany. After full recognition, temporary resident permit for job search, maximum of 12 months, or for qualified employment. So once your qualification is recognized, you will be issued temporary resident permit so that you can seek for a job. That will be after the completion of your training, which will be maximum of 12 months, and I believe you'll be able to get a job within 12 months. How do I do this? The procedure must be well planned and can last many months. You will receive free expert guidance and support. The overview list of the most important place for further information and personal advice sessions for a more accurate assessment of your individual circumstances. So for online information, the website is there. I've given you earlier. Is also stated on this PDF. And for individual consultation, there is a number that is given there. If you're serious about this, they will tell you what you need to do. The phone number is here. They will guide you on what you need to do. Just that when you need to make phone calls, it's only in English and German. So that might be quite hard for somebody that speaks Spanish alone. So it might be a disadvantage. But on this website, Make It in Germany is in 12 languages, I think. So you can read up, you can change the language to your suitable language so you can well understand what you need to do on the website. Central agency, okay, these ones are what financial support is available. In addition to living costs in Germany, which you must be able to source for, other costs will arise during the recognition procedure and training. If you have already found a concrete job offer, your employer may be able to support you. So take note of that. If you find a good company that is willing to support, if they like you enough. Various public fundings possibility also become available as soon as you live in Germany. So there are even government supports as regards some programs. An individual case evaluation alone can determine whether you are eligible for this. So based on your evaluation of your program, the government will determine whether you are eligible to public fund or not. So it is not 100% guaranteed. So for more information, contact the advice center listed above or visit, I've given you this one, www.anerkennung.in-deutschland.de. I will draw the curtain here of this particular episode of Immigration to Germany. So I think I've been able to do justice to this. And if you need more information, my email is here. Send me an email. then I can give you some more information. And like I said in my previous video, I am not a professional agent, but I just feel some of us don't just know the right place to go. The informations are all out there online, but people don't know where the right place to go. So that's why I take my time to, research and find out, okay, what do people need to do? What websites can they get what information from? So I think I've been able to give you the necessary information that you need. So do not forget to subscribe if you have not, as we've come to the end of this particular episode. And I thank you all for your time. And please share with your loved ones and let this information go out to whoever needs it. I thank you for your time. I'll be coming up with another episode much later and hope to see you by the next video. And until next time, I want to say thank you and stay safe. Bye for now. Bye.